I'm a Valley man. This from ArizonaFamily.com, azfamily.com, the website, and it's a local news website in Phoenix, Dateline Phoenix. A Valley man says he was pulled over Wednesday morning and questioned when he arrived at a weigh station for his commercial vehicle. Here's this guy. He's a commercial truck driver. He's got a commercial truck driver's license. Now, you would think that if the police pulled you over and you gave them a driver's license, particularly a specialized driver's license like a commercial truck driver's license, where you've had to be vetted by the Department of Transportation and by the State Department of Transportation, as well as the whatever police department it is or authority that issues, Secretary of State that issues the driver's license, that people would say, okay, thank you very much. That's not what happened to this guy. Instead, well, here in his own words.
And then he came back and he said, well, I need your birth certificate. And then I said, it's in my house.
And in fact, the guy was born in the United States. His mother's from Mexico. She lives in Mexico, but he was born in the United States. He lives in the United States. He's a U.S. citizen, as is his wife. She was born in the United States, lives in the United States. The problem, apparently, he was driving in Arizona while brown-skinned. He provided his commercial driver's license and his Social Security number, a real legitimate Social Security number connected to his name. Now, just imagine. I mean, I actually yesterday I left my wallet, my phone, and my driver's license at a doctor's office, and I had to drive back to get. I didn't even have my driver's license with me as I was driving, for about 10 blocks. And I'm thinking, boy, I hope I don't get stopped during these 10 blocks. Well, now, if I was in Arizona, my driver's license wouldn't be enough. If they decided, well, here, this is his wife talking about. This guy was put into chains and taken to the local police station because he wasn't carrying his birth certificate. He called his wife, and she found it at the house and found hers as well. She thought, I better not show up without mine because I might be the next person they put in jail. This is what his wife has to say.
I can't even imagine what he felt being put in a vehicle and people watching, like he was some type of criminal.
Yeah, when he was put into the police vehicle, put into the police car. She explains why he was detained by law enforcement.
Because he didn't answer the questions correctly. He stated that, his mother is in Mexico currently. That's where she lives. And I asked him, is it a crime for his mother to be in Mexico? And he said that it's not, but he just thought it would be suspicious.
Yeah, his name, Abdon, his wife is Jackie. And, he says, I don't get it. I mean, this is just an incredible story. Both were born in the United States. This is the wrap up of the local news story. This is on. I'm sorry, I don't have the television station that this came from, but this is from 3TV in Phoenix.
I don't think it's correct if I have to take my birth certificate with me all the times. I don't think that's correct,
And, we can be stopped at any time, and we have to show, bring the certificates with us and so forth. It doesn't feel like it's a good way of life to live with fear, being stopped, even if we are okay, that we are legal here. We still have to carry our documents around with.
Show your papers, please. Your skin is brown. You talk with a bit of an accent. Maybe you're not really an American citizen. This is bizarre. The economic problems that we have been suffering as a consequence of 30 years of Reaganomics. Wages have been flat for 30 years. When you adjust them for inflation, they've actually gone down by about $2,000 over the last 30 years. Wages of average working people. And that economic crisis, which it owes probably 70-80% of its existence to global free trade, to the fact that that the entire factory, forget about, hey, somebody from Mexico came in, we're going to hire him to replace you. No, the entire factory is being broken down and put on a plane or a ship and sent over to Vietnam or China or India or Malaysia or the Solomon Islands or whatever, and reassembled, and local workers who will work for 30 cents an hour or 50 cents an hour and under slave wage conditions. I mean, this is the main thing that has been responsible for this. But so we've got this economic crash, and everybody gets it. The times are tough. And so the demagogues on the right have been saying, you know whose fault this is? It's the brown people. And this is true demagoguery. There is no other way to describe it. You know, Lou Dobbs built an empire on vilifying people with brown skin. And to the extent that we do have an illegal immigration problem in the United States, and there is one, even though it's a small part of the diminution, the reduction of American incomes, it's really an illegal employer problem. We don't have an illegal immigrant program. We have an illegal employer problem. But the hysteria, 30 years of Reaganomics, 15 years of right-wing, pounding on the table and going off on, oh my God, it's those brown people, look out, has taken us to the point where the Arizona legislature passed a law that requires police officers can be sued by private citizens if they fail to check somebody's citizenship status. And that law's not even in effect yet. And this guy, the governor hasn't even signed it. She's still trying to make up her mind. And this guy gets a commercial truck driver who's a U.S. citizen with an actual social security number and an actual commercial truck driver's license, who happens to have brown skin and have a slight accent, gets stopped at a truck weighing station where where truck drivers have to go, and gets taken off to jail in chains because he's not carrying his birth certificate? What has happened to this country?